students. In last lecture we have studied different hormones which are secreted or released by pituitary gland. The anterior pituitary is secreting different types of hormone. In all we have seen 5 hormones which are secreted by anterior pituitary, and intermedia, pars intermedia of anterior pituitary secreting only one hormone, and posterior pituitary that is releasing 2 hormone, ADH and oxytocin. In last lecture we have also seen what is the relationship between pituitary gland and hypothalamus. So first endocrine gland, the list we have seen in previous some lecture: hypothalamus, pituitary gland, second and third to 7 there are different glands, to which the third hormone secreting gland is the pineal gland. Now as we know, this pineal gland is present in our we can see diencephalon region, which is present in the mid brain, means the forebrain, the last part that is called as the diencephalon, and in diencephalon we have seen epithalamus, hypothalamus and middle part is thalamus. Epithalamus shows upward projection to which pineal gland is attached, and hypothalamus shows downward direction to which pituitary gland is attached. Out of these, pituitary gland we have completed in last lecture. In today's lecture we are going to see the pineal gland. This pineal gland is given from diencephalon and it is located between the 2 cerebral hemispheres. These are the 2 cerebral hemispheres, that is the part of our cerebrum, and in between these 2 cerebral hemispheres and the diencephalon, this pineal gland is attached, and this pineal gland is very sensitive to the biochemical signals of the light, that light which is coming towards our eyes, and due to this light this pineal gland is getting stimulated, it is getting very sensitive in this light, and this pineal body is secreting 2 hormones, that is serotonin and melatonin, of which serotonin it is involved in our metabolic activities. Metabolic activities means in every cell of our human body there are number of metabolic reactions are carried out, and for maintaining of these different metabolic activities which are carried in our body, these activities are controlled by this serotonin hormone which is secreted by the pineal gland. So this is the first hormone secreted by pineal gland. Now the second hormone which is secreted by the pineal gland, it is melatonin, and this melatonin it is also known as a sleep hormone, means sleep awake formula. आपल्याला झोप येते आणि काही विशिष्ट तासानंतर आपल्याला जाग सुद्धा येते, तर हे झोपणं आणि जागं होणं याच्यासाठीचा हार्मोन कुठला आहे? मेलाटोनिन आहे. हियर यू कॅन सी this is the pituitary gland, this is our brain, this is brain, cerebral hemisphere, this is cerebellum, and it is the corpus callosum structure, it is the diencephalon structure, this is the epithalamus, thalamus, hypothalamus. Here you can see hypothalamus to which pituitary gland is attached. This is hypothalamus and this is the epithalamus. This blue colored structure it is called as a pineal gland. Here we can see, and this pineal gland is mainly secreting a hormone melatonin. This melatonin is called as a sleep hormone. You have to memorize that the melatonin is called as a sleep hormone. Why it is called as a sleep hormone? We can see here, this melatonin is a derivative from the tryptophan. There are different types of amino acids which are present in our body, and this tryptophan is one of the amino acids from which this melatonin is formed, and it is playing very important role in regulation of biological clock or biological rhythm. We can see that is 24-hour diurnal rhythm of our body. म्हणजे दिवसाचे 24 तास असतात आणि त्या 24 तासामध्ये आपण एक 6 ते 8 तास काय करतो? झोप घेतो, आणि ती झोप घेणं खूप गरजेचं असतं, आणि त्यावेळेला झोप येतेच आपल्याला काहीही केलं तर रात्रीच्या वेळेला. तर ती झोप वेळेत येणे आणि जाग वेळेत येणे याच्यासाठीचा जो हार्मोन आहे तो हार्मोन म्हणजे हा मेलाटोनिन आहे, जो आपल्या ह्या पिनल ग्लँडमधून काय केला जातो? सिक्रेट केला जातो. सो इट हेल्प्स इन मेंटेनिंग द नॉर्मल रिदम ऑफ स्लीप वेक सायकल. झोपणे आणि उठणे ही जी सायकल आहे त्याला स्लीप सायकल म्हणलेलं आहे. अँड ऑल्सो इन्फ्लुएन्सेस बॉडी टेम्परेचर, मेटाबॉलिझम अँड रिप्रोडक्टिव्ह सायकल्स. दिस मेलेटोनिन इज ऑल्सो रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर आवर मेटाबॉलिक ॲक्टिव्हिटीज, फॉर आवर body temperature maintenance and for reproductive cycles which are present in both male and female. So this melatonin and serotonin are the two hormones which are secreted by this pineal gland. So it is very small and very short endocrine secreting gland showing only two hormones, serotonin and melatonin, of which melatonin is very important and it is also called as a sleep hormone. Okay, now we have to see the next endocrine gland, that is thyroid gland. This thyroid gland is largest endocrine gland. You have to remember this, the largest endocrine gland, it is called as a thyroid gland, and only gland, glandular epithelial tissue, only gland, that is liver is the largest gland, but the endocrine gland you can remember thyroid gland. This thyroid gland is made up of bilobar mass, or it is bilobar gland which is situated in front of the trachea, just below the larynx, and it is richly supplied with blood vessels. Thus the thyroid gland below the larynx, above the trachea. Here is the location of the thyroid gland we can see. So this the two lobes of thyroid gland are connected with a non-secretory band which is called as the isthmus, and the thyroid lobes are composed of rounded follicles which are called as thyroid follicles, and these are held together by interfollicular connective tissue called as the stroma. We can see the diagram of this thyroid gland here. The stroma contains blood capillaries and small group of some cells which are called as a parafollicular cells or C cells, that is called as a clear cells. The structural and functional units of thyroid gland is called as the thyroid follicles, and the thyroid follicles are composed of cuboidal epithelium surrounding the follicle, and these are resting on a basement membrane, and it is filled with a gelatinous colloid. Now look at the diagram here. It is the thyroid gland. Here we can see bilobar mass. It is right lobe, this is left lobe, first lobe, second lobe, bilobar mass. It is connected with the help of isthmus, which is a non-secretory structure. Means in this region secretion is not carried out. It is secreting region. This is secreting region, and it is present above the trachea and below the larynx. Here is the larynx, sound producing organ, and this is the trachea. It is present at the joining point of the larynx and trachea. So it is the external structure of thyroid gland. When we take a TS of thyroid gland, that looks like this structure. It is showing structural and functional unit, that is called as the thyroid follicles. This is first follicle, second follicle, third follicle. Each thyroid follicle is showing, here you can see, these are cuboidal epithelium cells. These pink colored cells are called as cuboidal epithelium cells, which are based on this basement membrane. You can see the labels here. This is the basement membrane. This is the cuboidal epithelium, and the secretion which is secreted by thyroid follicle is stored in the center, and that structure is called as a colloid. So here number of thyroid follicles are present, and in between the thyroid follicles the interfollicular connective tissue. Here you can see this interconnected follicular tissue which is called as a stroma. It is present, and in this stroma, in this connective tissue, there is presence of a group of cells which are called as a parafollicular cells. Here you can see a group of cell, parafollicular cell, or you can call it as a C cell or clear cell. So here this thyroid gland is secreting two different types of hormones. The first hormone, that is thyroxine, which is in the form of triiodothyronine or tetraiodothyronine, T3 or T4. Thyroxine is the first hormone which is secreted by the thyroid gland, and this hormone is secreted follicle. Thyroxine, it is in the form of T4 or T3. T4 means tetraiodothyronine and T3 means triiodothyronine, and it is secreted by this thyroid follicle. And second hormone, that is called as a calcitonin, thyrocalcitonin. This thyrocalcitonin is secreted by these parafollicular cells. So you have just seen the names of the hormones. Now we have to see the different functions or the role of these hormones. So here the hormones of thyroid gland, thyroxine, also called as a tetraiodothyronine T4, because it is having 4 iodine molecules, therefore it is called as a tetraiodothyronine. And triiodothyronine T3 means it is having 3 iodine molecules in their structure, therefore it is called as a triiodo. If for tetraiodo, and basic name is thyroxine. So here second, thyrocalcitonin, which is secreted by parafollicular cells, and these are secreted by follicular cells, means thyroid follicles. Okay, so these to both the hormones, that is thyrocalcitonin and T3 and T4, are the iodinated derivatives of amino acid called as a tyrosine. The basic amino acid which is present in this hormone, that is a tyrosine, and when iodine is added in this hormone, it gets derivatives of iodine, and both these hormones are iodinated derivatives of this tyrosine. So here thyroid gland is the only gland which stores its hormones. No any other endocrine gland is storing its hormones. Means when the hormone is secreted, it is directly transferred via blood. That means other endocrine glands, that two we have seen and others we have to see in the next lectures. All other endocrine glands are not storing the hormones. Only the thyroid gland is storing the hormone. You have to remember this point. Now, these T3 and T4 hormones are stored before secretion and are regulated by thyrotropic of pituitary gland by negative feedback mechanism. So, when these hormones are secreted, then how the thyroid gland is getting idea either the hormones to be stored or to be secreted out. म्हणजे थायरॉइड ग्लँडला हे कसं कळणार आहे की T3 आणि T4 हे हार्मोन स्टोअर करून ठेवायचे आहेत का रिलीज करायचे आहेत. सो कधी रिलीज करायचं आणि कधी स्टोअर करायचं याच्यासाठी इथं कोण कंट्रोलिंग करत असतं, पिट्युटरी ग्लँड. दॅट पिट्युटरी ग्लँड इज सिक्रेटिंग TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, and that TSH is acted on this thyroid gland, and then these hormones are getting released from the thyroid gland. Otherwise they will be stored up into the thyroid gland. Okay, you can understand these hormones which are secreted by thyroid gland, those are stored in the gland. When they are released from the gland, there is negative feedback mechanism between the thyroid gland and pituitary gland. When pituitary gland is giving message in the form of TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone, if that TSH is coming from pituitary gland to thyroid gland, then thyroid gland will release the hormones. Otherwise it will no release of, or otherwise there will be no release of hormone from this gland. Okay, so here the functions of these hormones. Firstly we have to see the different functions of thyroxine. So there are number of functions, but the main functions that have been underlined here. The first function, that this thyroxine maintains basic metabolic rate, BMR. You have to understand this word, what is meant by basic metabolic rate, we will see. And this basic metabolic rate is maintained by increasing glucose oxidation and energy production. So what is the basic metabolic rate, that we have to see. When we are eating some food, that food get digested in our digestive system. After digestion what will happen, that digested food will be get absorbed in blood, and the blood is flowing from one cell to other cell, one organ to other cell, and while the transportation of blood, the food material, digested food material which is absorbed by the blood, that digested food is given to every cell of the body, then what happens? That cell having glucose, and when we respire, we take oxygen, and that oxygen is also transported to particular cell or to every cell of the body. So the cell is having glucose, the cell is having oxygen, there is glucose oxidation takes place, that is we can call it as a cellular respiration. That means glucose is broken down and there is formation of ATP molecules, and therefore this thyroxine is maintaining basic metabolic rate, means every cell when functioning there is a need of energy, and for energy production there must be glucose oxidation takes place, and for glucose oxidation the thyroxine is playing very important role, and therefore we can say here the thyroxine is maintaining our basic metabolic rate by oxidation of glucose and energy production. Okay. Now second role here, it controls normal protein synthesis, metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So in every cell protein synthesis process is carried out, and for the maintenance of protein synthesis process or controlling the normal protein synthesis process, the thyroxine is playing role, and all the different metabolism of carbohydrate, protein or fat, that is carried out with the help of this thyroxine. It also controls the physical growth and development of the gonads and mental growth, which is very important role of this thyroxine. Our physical growth, no doubt the growth hormone is responsible for our physical growth, but along with the growth hormone, the thyroxine is also playing a role for our physical growth, for the development of gonads and for the development of our mental growth, that is brain development. So it is also very important role of the thyroxine. Then it controls body weight, respiration rate, heart rate, blood pressure, temperature, digestion. So the almost all vital functions of our body are controlled by this thyroxine. Look here, body weight is controlled by thyroxine. Then our heart rate, respiration rate, blood pressure, which is very important one, and temperature and digestion process. So this hormone is playing very important role in our body. It also helps in thermoregulation, that is maintaining of our body temperature also by increasing heat production. So for different metabolic functions we require optimum body temperature, and this optimum body temperature can be controlled with the help of this thyroxine by increasing the heat production, and it also responsible for the action of neurotransmitters called as adrenaline or noradrenaline. We have seen when synapse takes place, that is excitation of neuron and transmission of nerve impulse from one neuron to next neuron. During the transmission, the message from one neuron is transferred to the next neuron with the help of neurotransmitter adrenaline or noradrenaline. So for this functioning of adrenaline and noradrenaline, the thyroxine is playing very important role. So these are different vital functions which are carried by this thyroxine. Now we have to see different disorders of this thyroxine. Here hypersecretion, that is hyperthyroidism. If suppose some persons are showing hypersecretion of thyroxine in their body, then the normal level जे जास्त प्रमाणामध्ये थायरॉक्सिन सिक्रेट झालं तर त्यांच्यामध्ये काय दिसेल, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज अ डिसऑर्डर ऑफ हायपरसिक्रेशन. इट कॉजेस एक्झोप्थॅल्मिक गॉइटर which is also called as a Graves disease. You can see here exophthalmic goiter or Graves disease. What are the symptoms of this disease? Slight enlargement of thyroid gland. Due to hypersecretion, there is slight enlargement of this thyroid gland. There is increase in BMR, increase in basal metabolic rate. Also there is increase in heart rate, pulse rate, blood pressure. As just we have seen, all these functions are carried out by thyroxine, that is maintenance of basic metabolic rate, maintenance of heart rate, maintenance of breathing rate, respiration rate or blood pressure. And if there is high secretion of this thyroxine all the functions are going to be at increased state, and therefore there is increase in PMR, heart rate, blood pressure, etc. There is also one symptom, that is deposition of fats in eye sockets, and bulging eyes should be produced. Bulging eyes means हे डोळे असे या खोबणीतून असे बाहेर आल्यासारखे आपल्याला दिसतात. There is a deposition of fat in eye sockets. You can look here. This is the picture which is showing this exophthalmic goiter or Graves' disease, bulging of eyeballs. Look at here. The eyes are looking. They are coming outside the eye socket. So these are called as a bulged eyes, and this is the symptom of this hypersecretion. And muscular weakness, weight loss, etc. So these are different symptoms of the hypersecretion of thyroxine. Now, if suppose the thyroxine is secreted below the normal level, hyposecreted, what will happen? It shows, we can call it as a deficiency of this hormone. In infant, it caused as a cretinism. In infant, म्हणजे नुकत्याच जन्मलेल्या बाळामध्ये जर समजा थायरॉक्सिन कमी प्रमाणामध्ये सिक्रेट झाले तर काय होईल? क्रेटिनिझम. अँड इन अडल्ट्स वी कॅन कॉल इट ॲज अ मिक्झोडेमा or Gall's disease. So these are the two different symptoms. In infant it is called as a cretinism. In adults it is called as a myxedema or Gall's disease. It is also caused by the deficiency of this hormone or by removal of this thyroid gland, that is called as a thyroidectomy. For some reason, if thyroid gland is removed from our body, then there will be no secretion of thyroxine. So there is the symptom like infant cretinism and adult shows myxedema or Gall's disease. Now, what is the symptom of cretinism in childhood? Here we can see in infants, low secretion of thyroxine leads to cretinism. They show very reduced PMR and low oxidation. As there is no thyroxine, there will be very less basal metabolic rate, very less glucose oxidation, and due to this they have short stature, they have very short height, and the skeleton fails to grow because there is no basal metabolic rate properly, there is no glucose oxidation, no energy production, no proper protein synthesis, and there is no growth properly. So they are showing short stature. They are mentally retarded because mental growth, physical growth, and gonadic growth, all the growths are going to be affected by the low secretion. So there is mental growth, and they show stunted physical growth, delayed puberty, and mental retardation. So you can see here cretinism in the infant. If suppose in infant there will be low secretion of cretinism, there will be low secretion of this thyroxine. It causes cretinism. You can see here the height of that baby is very low, and the baby looks like mentally retarded because there is no proper development of physical growth, mental growth, and therefore they are showing mental retardation. Okay, now in adults, when there is low secretion of this thyroxine, it causes myxedema, or we can call it as a Gall's disease. What are the symptoms? You can see here. It is characterized by a particular character structure, that is thickening and puffiness of skin and subcutaneous tissue, particularly to the face and extremities. Means here the person is showing puffiness of the skin or thickening of skin. Puffiness or thickening means जी स्किन आहे ती अशी जाडसर झालेली आपल्याला बघायला मिळते. पर्टिक्युलरली चेहऱ्याची असेल किंवा आपल्या हातापायांची असेल, दॅट स्किन विल बी बिकम थिकर्ड अँड दॅट विल बी पफी. फुगल्यासारखी, जाड झाल्यासारखी स्किन आपल्याला बघायला मिळेल. दॅट इज द पिक्युलर कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर. द पेशंट लाईक अलर्टनेस अँड इंटेलिजन्स. द पेशंट it is not showing alertness, or they are showing very mentally retarded. They are not showing alertness, they are not showing intelligence. The patient suffers from low heart rate, low BP, and always feeling cold, low body temperature. temperature and retarded sexual development. Because thyroxine is not secreted properly, no body temperature will be maintained in those persons, and therefore there is no body temperature. They are always feeling cold. सतत त्यांना थंडी वाजत असल्याचं असं भास होईल त्यांना, किंवा सारखी थंडी वाजत असेल त्यांना. बिकॉज देर इज लो बॉडी टेम्परेचर, लो हार्ट रेट, लो ब्लड प्रेशर, अँड they are showing very retarded sexual development. So these are different factors. Now we can see here only due to iodine deficiency there is a symptom. We can see here formation of simple goiter, which is also called as a iodine deficiency goiter. It is not produced by hypersecretion or hyposecretion of thyroxine, but it is formed due to iodine deficiency in the diet. जो डाएट आपण खातो त्याच्यामध्ये जर आयोडीन नसेल तर एक आपल्या थायरॉइड ग्लँडची साईज थोडीशी वाढलेली आपल्याला बघायला मिळते, आणि दॅट विल बी कॉल्ड ॲज अ सिम्पल गॉइटर. हियर आयोडीन इज नीडेड फॉर सिंथेसिस ऑफ थायरॉइड हार्मोन्स, अँड इफ देयर इज डेफिशियन्सी ऑफ दिस हार्मोन, दिस आयोडीन, इट कॉजेस एनलार्जमेंट ऑफ थायरॉइड ग्लँड लीडिंग टू सिम्पल गॉइटर, अँड इट इज कॉमन इन हिली एरियाज. डोंगराळ भागामध्ये राहणारे जे लोक आहेत त्यांच्यामध्ये आपल्याला ही आयोडीनची डेफिशियन्सी आणि फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सिम्पल गॉइटर आपल्याला बघायला मिळतं. ॲडिशन ऑफ आयोडीन टू टेबल सॉल्ट प्रिव्हेंट्स द डिसीज. आणि म्हणून तर आपण नेहमी टी व्हीवरती जाहिरात बघताना म्हणतो की आयोडीनयुक्त मीठ खावं, किंवा मिठामध्ये आयोडीन असेल तरच आपल्याला ते खाण्यासाठी योग्य आहे असं म्हटलं जातं. सो हिअर इन सॉल्ट दिस आयोडीन कॅन बी added, and we are eating that iodinated salt. So to prevent this formation of simple goiter, size of the thyroid gland is increased, but total output of thyroxine is decreased. Only there is enlargement of thyroid gland. No thyroxine production takes place due to the deficiency of iodine. So here you can see, here is the formation of simple goiter. Here also you can see the enlargement of thyroid gland. But there is only enlargement of thyroid gland. There is no hypersecretion of thyroxine. You can remember this. Thyroid gland ची साईज जरी वाढलेली असली तरी इथं थायरॉक्सिनचं सिक्रेशन होणार नाही, कारण तिथं आयोडीनची काय आहे, कमतरता आहे. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट हार्मोन थायरॉक्सिन, द डिफरंट रोल्स ऑफ थायरॉक्सिन अँड हाऊ द हायपरसिक्रेशन कॉजेस द डिफरंट symptoms and hyposecretion causes difference in symptom we have seen. Now the next hormone, that is thyrocalcitonin. In thyroid gland, in between the thyroid follicles there is a group of parafollicular cell or C cell. That C cell or parafollicular cell is secreting the hormone which is called as thyrocalcitonin, secreted by C cell, and this C cell, this thyrocalcitonin, it regulates the concentration of calcium and phosphorus in our blood. So, you know that our blood is having different types of contents, and in that blood calcium and phosphorus is also present, and maintenance of the level of calcium and phosphorus in blood can be carried out with the help of thyrocalcitonin. It is secreted when the concentration of calcium rises in the blood. When there is increase in calcium level in the blood, the thyrocalcitonin is released from our thyroid gland, and what it does, it decreases the release of calcium and phosphorus from the bones, and it accelerates the uptake of calcium and phosphorus in the bones. म्हणजे काय, हाडांमधून जो कॅल्शियम बाहेर पडत असतो तो कॅल्शियम थांबवला जातो, आणि ब्लडमध्ये जादा झालेलं कॅल्शियम आहे ते हाडांमध्ये ढकललं जातं. म्हणजे जादा झालेलं कॅल्शियम कमी करण्याचं काम कोण करत असतं, हा थायरोकॅल्सिटोनिन करत असतो. अँड दिस ॲक्सिलरेट्स द अपटेक ऑफ कॅल्शियम अँड फॉस्फरस इन द बोन्स. दॅट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ थायरोकॅल्सिटोनिन. मीन्स थायरोकॅल्सिटोनिन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर डिक्रीजिंग द ब्लड कॅल्शियम लेवल. हियर यू कॅन सी that is the function of this thyrocalcitonin. Now related to thyroid gland there is a parathyroid gland. Very short point. This parathyroid gland, here you can see it is the back side of our thyroid gland. Frontly it is thyroid gland, but if we can see the back side of thyroid gland, there are 4 parathyroid glands. 2 are upper and 2 are lower. Upper superior parathyroid glands and lower parathyroid glands are called as inferior parathyroid glands. So this is present behind the thyroid gland. There are 4 parathyroid glands which are present in our neck region, at the back side of our neck region. These parathyroid glands are situated on the posterior surface of thyroid gland, and these are 4 in number, named as a superior and inferior. Now we have to see the hormone secreted by this gland, which is called as a PTH, parathyroid hormone or parathormone. So here you can see this gland is secreting peptide hormone, which is called as a parathormone or parathyroid hormone. We can call it as a PTH. This hormone, it is also called as a Colles hormone. Another name is called as a Colles hormone. What does this hormone? This hormone also regulates calcium and phosphate balance between blood and other tissues. So thyrocalcitonin is also regulating the calcium level, and this parathormone is also regulating the calcium level. What happens, you see here, it draws calcium from bones and increases calcium absorption in the digestive tract and reduces the loss of calcium in the urine. Means this hormone is responsible for increasing calcium level in the blood. Thyrocalcitonin, we have seen just that thyrocalcitonin is decreasing calcium level in the blood, while this parathormone or parathyroid hormone is increasing calcium level in blood. Both these hormones are actioning opposite to each other. One is decreasing calcium level and other is increasing calcium level. So here this PTH act on bone and stimulate the process of bone resorption, or it is called as a dissolution or demineralization, and calcium from bone is getting outside, and that is called as a bone resorption, dissolution or demineralization. Thus PTH is hypercalcemic hormone. It increases blood calcium level. Why it is called as a hypercalcemic hormone? Because it is responsible for increasing the blood calcium level. So you can call thyrocalcitonin as a hypocalcemic hormone, because thyrocalcitonin is responsible for lowering the calcium level, and this hormone is responsible for increasing the calcium level. So here lastly we can see the concentration of calcium and phosphate is maintained by the 2 hormones, parathormone and calcitonin, and therefore these hormones form an antagonistic pair. Antagonistic means opposite to each other. One is decreasing calcium concentration and other is increasing calcium concentration. Opposite action. Thyrocalcitonin decreases calcium level, parathormone increases calcium level, just like this insulin and glucagon. We know that insulin is responsible for increasing blood sugar level and glucagon is decreasing blood sugar level. In the same way, thyrocalcitonin decreases calcium level and parathormone increases calcium level. So I hope you can understanding the different hormones and their roles which are secreted by the thyroid gland and the hormone which is secreted by parathyroid gland. So in today's lecture we have completed pineal gland, thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. Remaining glands and their hormones we have to study in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.